Hello Collective, this is Tan from Artemis Oracle doing your tarot card reading. Let's see what messages you need to know at this time that's for your highest and greatest good. What messages does the collective need to know at this time for the highest and greatest good? Okay, that's positive. We have the Six of Wands coming out. Anything else? Okay, all right, that's just too many cards. We have the High Priestess, Judgment, Page of Cups, the Two of Swords with the Page of Wands. Oh, I think some of you are going to be following your intuition. It's going to allow you to bring you to this place where you make a decision, a final judgment call on some type of love offer that you're receiving. It's something that you've been probably thinking about for some time, with the Two of Swords showing up. It's a love offer that you've been, going back and forth with. But I think with whatever decision you decide, it's what's going to bring you some sort of victory and success. You can't, it's like you already know what works for you. It's something that definitely is igniting your passion. And it's funny that the Lover's card is, the Lover's card, right? With the Queen of Cups. And this is so funny. I just meant to pick up one card and then I ended up picking up, so the Page of Wands is someone who is young, enthusiastic, very passionate, childlike, creative, right? Just somebody just starting off new, right? And then we have the Lovers. So this could be a new love. This could be a new love situation, And new love it could be somebody that you've known, like maybe, you will know if it's new love, like it's a new person that you've never been with before, right? And it could be somebody that you are currently dealing with. It's someone who's new to you in some way, right? But then we have the Queen of Cups with the King of Pentacles, So Queen of Cups is water sign, earth sign for King of Pentacles. Earth and water supposedly is a good match, because it brings instability, So those signs can be your sun sign, your moon sign, or your Venus signs. Well, what's interesting is that with the Page of Wands, all right, so we have like the Six of Wands with the High Priestess. It's like you're going within you're trusting your intuition on how you should move forward where you can find victory for yourself, victory and success, right? But then it's like with you following your intuition, it's allowing you to decide what is the next, what decision you should make, what judgment call you need to make. I'm speaking, and it's funny, the Hermit's here. We're in Virgo season. Virgo is also ruled by Mercury. Ironically, I have only one earth sign and it's Capricorn in my chart, that's funny. Anyway, so whatever decision you have to make, it has to do with some type of offer that you're getting. It could be a love offer, but with the Page of Cups showing up and then you have the Lovers, it's definitely a decision, it's a choice, it's a very important choice, But with the Page of Cups, this is something about love, something that you can be passionate about, or it could just be someone coming in with a loving gesture or message or gift, right? But with the Two of Swords, that's kind of indicating that you have been thinking about which way you should go. Like, should I go this way? Should I go that way? You've been wanting to go within. For me, the Two of Swords is, they say it's someone who is stuck in indecision. They blindfolded themselves. But for me, it's like, it's not, you're not so trapped or anything, and they're not trapped, but I feel like the person is going within, because in the background you do see the moon in a traditional Two of Swords card, so it's kind of indicating the person sitting there kind of meditating and weighing the options, thinking about what exactly they want to do with the two choices that they have with the Two Swords. Those are two thoughts, right? So the High Priestess goes within, right? She follows her intuition. She allows her inner knowledge, her higher self, allows herself to receive messages, but also trust the guidance that she's receiving from within to steer her towards what is the truth, what feels right, So it could be that too, But with the Page of Cups and then the Lovers showing up, and then we have a King and Queen showing up, this is definitely about two people coming together, right? And with the King, I want to say King of Wands, but it's not King of Wands. It's the Page of Wands. It's indicating like that there's like, I don't know. It's like something new, something fresh, you know? Page of Wands, Page of Cups. So I think that there is passion, but there is also love in a situation, you know? And it could be new. You know, you could probably met somebody new and they're just like lighting this fire within you, but they're also touching you in your heart. They're touching your heart in some way, you know? They're making you feel things. They're making you feel good about yourself. They're making you feel confident about yourself. Kind of making you want to be a little bit reckless in some way, because, you know, the Page of Wands can be a little bit reckless, you know, if they're just following their passion, their drive, but not necessarily employing logic, you know, or reason in their actions. But it could be something like that. So with the Hermit coming in, it's like this is something that either you or the person that you're dealing with has been doing at this time, kind of self-isolating, taking time to reflect, to see how things are going, see how things feel. Is this a wish fulfillment? How can I make my wish come true? You know, because the traditional Hermit card, sorry, the Hermit card. I'm learning Italian, so my mouth is like moving weird now. Too. That's another excuse for me not being able to speak well today. So the Hermit is someone who goes within, but you know, in the traditional tarot card, the Hermit has a lantern with the star, you know, and the star is about healing. It's about introspection. It's about wishes coming true and your wish. And the lantern, it kind of represents like, protecting a wish, you know, like I want to go towards this wish. I want this to come true, but I feel like I have to protect it, because if it doesn't come true, then I'm going to be heartbroken. I'm going to be sad. I'm going to be disappointed, you know? And that could be what's going on, because I see the Nine of Swords was underneath the Hermit card, you know? So it's like you want to be cautious, and it's 9-9. Tomorrow's the 9-9 portal. So 9 is the Hermit card and 9 of Swords. So we have 9-9 on the table. So I feel like some of you may be closing out this cycle too, where you're finally making a decision that sits well with you about something. It could be about something. It could be about a person. I'm thinking it's a person. You know, it could be a water sign energy, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, or it could be earth sign energy, Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus, you know. But it's about two people coming together. It could be a shared passion, shared emotions. Maybe even shared experiences. Yeah, I really like this. Okay, so let's get some angel answers cards. I want to keep this reading as short and sweet as possible. So let's see. What messages does the collective that resonate with this reading need to know at this time, Spirit? What messages does the collective need to know that resonate with this reading at this time? What do they need to know? Get more information. So some of you may be needing to get some more information. It could be about this situation itself, where you are, you may have been self-isolating. The the King of Pentacles fell. Just so we clarify, the King of Pentacles is someone who is abundant, grounded, stable, secure, reliable. And the Queen of Cups is someone who's loving, compassionate, caring, somewhat like a counselor in a way. Someone that you could, you know, open up to. Ask for help from others. So if you know you're not sure exactly what to do, you could be asking help from your angels and your guides, asking them for them to help you with, you know, giving more information about a situation, especially when it comes to this. And it says yes. Yes. If you had a yes or no question, the answer is yes. Let's get a couple more. So get more information, ask help from others. Yes. So it's like, yeah, you need to figure it out. Because it's funny because you have the moon and the sun here. The moon is about emotions, but sun is about passion. It's about growth, energy, passion. I said that already. Okay, anything else? Any other messages? Okay, we got two more. And communicate clearly. And then we also have no. So if you did have a yes or no question, if you had another question, the answer is no. And you need to communicate clearly. So no, communicate clearly. So maybe some of you were asking if you should, you know, just wait for this person to come back. Or, I mean, if it is a separation, I don't know why I said that, but if it was a separation, they're asking for you to, whatever you're doing, to stop it and to be more clear in your communication, you know. And when you do ask for help from others, you have to be able to communicate clearly, you know. Don't try to like tell, you know how people try not to tell the whole story without telling the whole story because they don't want everybody in the business. So it could be like, you know, if just be very clear about any questions you may be asking for information from others and improving health. So if some of you have been experiencing some health issues, your health is indicating that there may be an improvement with your health, but as long as you're getting help from the proper sources, you know, so doctors, lawyers, nurses, counselors, therapists, and improving health. My legs are itching. Wow, that's interesting. Okay. And there may be a peaceful resolution too if there was some sort of disagreement. Or maybe with this decision that you're coming to is what's going to allow you to bring some sort of peace if you were feeling a level of confusion within you. So I hope this reading was helpful. If it was, please like, share, and subscribe to Artemis Oracle. And I'm wishing you a wonderful day ahead. Bye.